I did want to get into the other person that everyone felt like was snubbed as well, and that's Caitlyn Clark. Now this one is a little different, right? So this one has a machine and a fan base behind it. Oh man, this is a unique fan base. I like seriously, like these people are threatening to boycott the Olympics. As a matter of fact, is one channel on YouTube. I won't say the channel name, but they're pro Caitlyn Clark, and sometimes I watch their videos because I want to hear what the Clark fans or the Clark fanatics or the whatever you want to call it. I want to hear what they saying and what they think. I want to read their comments and see what makes them tick and all that stuff. So I watch. It's like 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 Caitlyn Clark channels, and I'm not talking about like a sports channel. That every now and then I talk about Clark like me. I'm talking about a channel that only talks about Caitlyn Clark. Like, they don't talk about NBA. Then it's supposed to be a WNBA channel, but they only talk about Clark. I'm looking at those type channels just to see what the content creators that are saying and what their people that subscribe to their channel are saying in the comment section. Right, it's very interesting. I think it's a great case study. If you get bored one day, find your Clark a pro Clark channel, watch some of the video, and then go in the comment section and just enjoy yourself. Right, I'm gonna show you some of those comments, but those people are very similar to another group of people who just so happened to storm the Capitol when their favorite person wasn't elected as president. And people that similar to that responded to Caitlyn Clark not being selected for the Olympics team. And they're not going to storm the Capitol, thank God, but they are calling for a boycott of the entire Olympics, specifically women's basketball. They're trying to tank the ratings to send a message home to NBC. And one of the videos I watched today was a disappointment because this content creator was a little frustrated because NBC came out with the ratings for the first day of the Olympics, opening day, and they were through the roof. So in his video, he was saying to his followers, the boycott isn't working. What happened? And I go in the comment section and they're talking about the ratings are false. NBC is lying. Those aren't the real ratings. I don't know anyone who watch. My family isn't watching. It's just, just more of that. And it's just really unique, right? But anyway, you go hear a lot of them coming up this week starting tomorrow because Don Staley was interviewed and asked. And Don Staley, of course, coach of South Carolina, who also is on the staff for the Women's Olympics and also part of the selection committee on how they selected the team. So she was asked about leaving Caitlyn Clark off. This is what she said.
U.S. women will figure it out as they start their play tomorrow. Obviously, the heavy favorites haven't lost a game in 32 years. There was so much conversation about women's basketball. The run youth South Carolina had to the national championship, a perfect season. Obviously, Caitlyn Clark. And there was so much conversation on, should Caitlyn be on the U.S. women's national team? You were part of the selection group. Mm-hmm. Give me your read on that now that we've got a little bit of time and we can get into some clear air to see what happened.
Right. When as a committee member, you're charged with putting together best team of players, the best talent. Caitlyn is just a rookie in the WNBA. Wasn't playing bad, but wasn't playing like she's playing now. If we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team because she is playing head and shoulders above a lot of people, shooting the ball extremely well. I mean, she is an elite passer. She's just got a great basketball IQ, and she's a little more seasoned in the pro game
in a couple of months.
Yeah, in a couple of months than she was 2 months ago.
That's great perspective to add there. Let's look at the schedule here.
So and so I'm glad she said that, and she knows not to take the bait. She knows how to be, politically correct, and she knows that when questions like this are asked, You know, some of the things you can say can cause a storm, and sometimes there's no way from preventing a storm. So I think she dodged a little. She did that well, because if she doubled down and was like, "No, we picked this. We selected the best people, the best females for the team, and we like the team that we got." Caitlyn Clark fans would have came for her really bad. Now, Caitlyn Clark fans are still creating content off this soundbite, but it's more of a "we told you so." We could have told you that a long time ago. We told you that she was good, blah, 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 which is not true, because that's not what they were saying. What they were saying was, we don't care if she's not playing well and she's not good. You need the promotion. You need to promote the game. Put her on the team for ratings and all of this stuff. So basically what they were saying, we know she's not 12. She's not a top 12 player in the league. We know she's not the best. We know she's probably not even top 15. We know that. We know she's not good enough, but she's popular enough, and you need to promote. You need to promote her so you can promote the game. That's what they were saying. Send her to the Olympics, as a DEI, send her to the Olympics because she's popular, which is crazy, because Taylor Swift more popular than her. So if you want to promote the game, you don't need Caitlyn Clark popularity. Just go get Taylor Swift. You seen what she did with the Chiefs. All she did was sit in the daggone booth, and they put the camera on her 5 times a game. So if you really want to promote the game, let's bring in some Taylor Swift fans. That's basically what they're saying. They're saying, look, the fans that are following her are fanatics, and they'll follow her wherever she go, just like Taylor Swift. That's what they're saying. Send her to the Olympics as a spectacle, and her fans will follow. If you don't send her to the Olympics, then her fans are going to boycott. That's basically, they're threatening to boycott. But this is not the first time they said this, right? They were supposed to boycott the WNBA. And I got the, well, first of all, before I even get to that, I just want to pinpoint the comment that Don Staley made. I'm going to go back a little bit further, right before the championship game, where a reporter asked her a question that was supposed to put her in a duo twist. That's one of the questions that it don't matter how you answer. If you answer this way, you're wrong. If you answer this way, you're wrong. If you avoid answering it, then you're still wrong. So when I ask you this question, I got you, right? I want you to listen how this went, just so you can get an idea of how Don Staley plays with her answers when she's asked these questions. That's why I understand that she had to say that about Caitlyn. Yeah, she would, but she didn't even say that she'll be on the team. She said the way she's playing now, she will be in high consideration, which means that we'll give her a deeper look and consider her even more now than we did then, because she just was not one of the best ones that deserved to be on the team at that time. Now she's playing, so she's adjusted to the professional game. We can see her striving. We can see that, hey, she might can fit. But even still, what she's striving at is not really her scoring, it's at her passing. And just because you're the best passer in the league, some people would say, doesn't mean that you need to be on this team, because when you have great players, one of the things you really don't need that much is a great passer. These dudes and these girls can get their own shot. They don't need a phenomenal passer, right? I don't remember Tashina Pinachero when she was the best passer in the league. I don't remember people crying and saying, "Oh, please put her on the Olympic team." But listen to Don Staley field this question.
Just talked about, what a massive weekend this is, obviously, for women's basketball, women's sports in general. One of the major issues facing women's sports right now is the discussion topic about the inclusion of transgender athletes, biological males, in women's sports. I was wondering if you would tell me your position on that issue.
Listen to this pause, and then she took a sip of water.
Damn, you got deep on me, then. I'm under the opinion of if you're a woman, you should play. If you consider yourself a woman and you want to play sports or vice versa, you should be able to play. That's my opinion. You want me to go deeper?
Do you think transgender women should be able to participate?
That's your question. You want me to ask? I mean, you want to ask? So I'll give you that. Yes, yes. So now, the barnstorm of people are going to flood my timeline and be a distraction to me on one of the biggest days of our game, and I'm okay with that. I really am.
I remember when they asked her that. Why would you get her on the stage right before the national championship and ask her a question about transgenders? I just don't understand it. Like, you a sports reporter. How is this even a hot topic? Why does it matter that the coach that's coaching one of the teams representing the final two? Why that question is relevant, I don't know. But the way she answered it, they just and what makes me mad with the media is they obviously heard that she didn't want to answer the question. They obviously heard that she just threw an answer out there that she probably didn't even believe in. She just threw an answer out there based on, okay, if I go this way, I'm gonna get this group of people after me. If I go this way, I'm gonna get this group of people after me. And she was just weighing her option. Which group did I want to come after me? All right, I answered this way. You could sense that in her response. Like, I really don't even freaking care. And it's obvious, like, it's women's basketball. Come on, man. Like, you trying to set me up to say something so it look like I hate a particular community. And I'm like, man, come on, man. Why would you do that, right? So she just threw an answer at that. So she's used to this. She know how to field these questions, and she know how to say what she needs to say. And when she was asked the Caitlyn Clark question, she said what she needed to say. At the end of the day, when they came up and when they selected the team, Caitlyn Clark wasn't good enough, and they didn't think that it was important enough to say, well, even though she's not good enough, let's put her on the team because we think that her fan base will follow her wherever she goes. Well, did anybody ever consider that the attention that her fans bring to the game might not be wanted? And I mean, like, seriously, it might not be wanted, right? Like, just because you think it's a good thing doesn't mean that everyone wants it. I remember being in the Navy, and we had a tsunami. We were kind of close to the Philippines. My ship was out to sea, kind of close enough. It was close enough. We was the closest ship to the Philippines when the Philippines had a huge tsunami come through. Was it a tsunami? It might have been the Philippines had a huge tsunami come through. It was bad. Tore the island up, right? Killed a lot of people. Water, they only got water plant. Water plant was done, out for the count. They didn't have no water. They had no running water. Houses off the foundation. Churches off the foundation. A yacht in the middle of the street, like way away from the water. I mean, that lets you know how bad the tsunami was. It was a freaking yacht, like in the middle of the street, right? So I mean, it was bad, right? And I was an engineer at the time. You know, I was an electrician, and we was putting together a team of engineers to go with our tools and offer them assistance to get in there and fix their generator so we can get their water running. So we had this meeting set up. We all showed up. We was ready to go. And our leadership was out there having this conversation with this guy that runs the plant. And he was like, no, our stuff is good. Everything is running. We're fine. They kept lying to us saying, no, nothing's broken. Nothing's broken. We're fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We couldn't convince them to let us fix their water plant. Why? Because they don't trust Americans and they don't want our help because they knew it was some strings attached, right? They knew it was some strings attached. They did not want our help. They didn't want it, which is similar to what it is with Caitlyn Clark. Everyone of her fans and the media keep saying, put Caitlyn Clark here, promote Caitlyn Clark, put her on the Olympic team, do this, do that, do that. They're doing all of that because they're saying, not because she's good enough, not because she's the best, but because she's the most popular and she grew the game. But have it ever occurred to you that maybe they don't want her fans? Maybe they don't want them. Have it ever occurred to you that her fans are toxic? So all this help you're trying to help the league with and help grow the WNBA, we'll rather grow some other way because we don't want that fan base. Why would you? Let's remind you of what this fan base is about. Y'all remember these tweets? This was before she really started playing decent basketball. This was like, but in the first 6 or 7 games that she was playing, and they losing left and right. She's looking bad. People are complaining, saying that the girls are jealous of her, and that's why they're playing defense. And then you had to foul the little hip thrust bump and all this stuff. Oh, they're jealous. They're jealous. They're jealous. They're jealous. Why they're defending her like this? They're picking her up 94 feet, and she's just playing as hard as she want to play. Turnovers all over the place. She flopping. She can't hit no threes. Just not look at they losing, right? Look at these tweets. These are not even tweets. These just like I told you before, I don't even follow. I look at some of their content creators that are pro or all Caitlyn Clark channels. I just go to them so I can study them. And this was after a big win. This was Aaliyah Boston's best game so far in the season. She finally broke through. She looked like she was in shape. She was scoring, and they featured her in that game. They won. They looked good, but guess what? Caitlyn Clark fans were not happy. Look at the top comment. Good for Boston, because Boston played good, right? But yes, trade Caitlyn. She's box office. No one wants to watch this show. Let Caitlyn be Caitlyn. So the show that they're talking about is Aaliyah Boston scoring over 20 points and rebounding over 10 rebounds and being featured in this offense. She was unstoppable. Nobody could stop her from getting to a shot. But they're mad, and then they won. But Caitlyn Clark fans didn't care about the win, didn't care that her teammate had a good game. They was mad because they couldn't see Caitlyn shoot 40-foot threes like she did at Iowa. They weren't satisfied with Caitlyn Clark being a point guard and getting her teammates involved. They didn't like that. This is not what I watched the WNBA for. Look at the second comment. This for sure was the most unsatisfying win this season. What the hell is an unsatisfying win? Third comment, good win. But if Caitlyn is going to be a decoy, why did they draft her? Any other guard can decoy. So basically they're saying if you got Caitlyn, you don't use her in a way where you can win. You use her in a way that she can be her. Get another guard if you just go let her be a decoy. CC needs to be traded. Last comment. Just said this in another comment thread. And I say it over and over. If Sides doesn't realize the thoroughbred racehorse she has in Caitlyn Clark and insists on turning her into a mere track pony, and there's every indication that that's the case, the fans are going to bail. Remember, this ain't the first time they threatened to disappear. They said they're going to boycott the Olympics as well. But before they was going to boycott the Olympics, they was going to boycott the WNBA. They said the fans are going to bail if we can't see Caitlyn Clark do what she did at Iowa. We didn't sign up for this. We didn't sign up to watch her just play basketball. We signed up to watch her do what she did in Iowa. I have to see that. I don't care about the wins. I don't care about her teammates playing well. I don't care about her team playing well. I just want to see Caitlyn. These are the fans that they want to offer us to help grow the game. Hell no. No. These are weeds. These are weeds. These are tares that's going to grow and choke the wheat. These tares, these weeds look like wheat, but they're not wheat. They're going to choke up the wheat. You're supposed to pull these up from the roots. Get rid of these. These are weeds. These are tares. We don't want them. They shouldn't grow on the same field with the wheat. These aren't real fans. They don't like basketball. These are Trump supporters that hitched their wagon to Caitlyn Clark. First comment. CC going to have to stand around and watch the other team members stumble through their shots. I can buy a poster for my wall. What a waste of time. Second comment. Back to the old circus. Caitlyn should ask for a trade. Size is ruining her career. They want her to be traded so she can play a style that they want to see. Purposely holding Caitlyn back, and then her numbers will just be average, and they can declare mission accomplished. Winning is no longer the goal. They just won. They just won the game. Wokeness, LGBTQ, and politics come first. So they blaming Caitlyn Clark's poor play on wokeness, LGBT, and politics. Tell me this don't sound like a certain a certain fan base on the political side. This game was a S show. We don't want to watch this type of basketball. The type of basketball they was watching was Aaliyah Boston exploiting mismatches down low and winning the game for them. CC is the only one who can play basketball and entertain us at the same time. The only one. Nobody else in the league. Not Arike, not Aja Wilson, not Raquel Jackson, not Bonner, not Skylar Diggins, not Jewel Lord, not Kelsey Plum. Nobody else is entertaining. Only Caitlyn. Well, that sounds like someone who just started watching WNBA basketball. Probably just started watching basketball, period. Last comment, it's about time Boston plays above her mediocre play all season. Atlanta is the worst team in the league. Size is revolving the game plan away from Clark. It's like she's taking the ball out of her hands. Lord have mercy. They won the game. Lord have mercy, they won the game. Mitchell had a good first half. Forget it. Let's go to the third comment. I didn't start watching WNBA to watch boring basketball. If you're not going to use CC, then trade her. Trade CC to an effing team that matters. Last comment. When can CC ask for a trade? If that's what she wants to do. The game tonight was quite boring to watch. Just feels like Size isn't trying to build up CC as the cornerstone of the offense. Who talks like this? Right? And here's a guy that tried to speak sense in their head. This is him at the top comment. I disagree. Caitlyn may have not scored many points, but the Fever punished the Dream for constantly blitzing Caitlyn. Caitlyn was making the right pass out of the double team, and the Fever were attacking the basket 4-on-3. The last run to take the lead back was initiated by Caitlyn, creating 3 scoring opportunities for her teammates on 3 straight possessions. They also let Boston get back to her comfort zone in the post, and she looked like the best she looked all year. So a breakout game for Boston, and Caitlyn Clark making the right plays when she was getting blitzed and double teamed off the screen, right? So he came with sound logic and basketball analysis. Here are the people in the response. Bench players can do that. Passing and posting, that's not her game. Then when the boat is sinking, that's when Sides make a play for her. So when they lose, she would throw her under the bus again. Soon Clark fans will stop watching, but they will support her, whatever team she would be. Clark fans just go stop watching because we can't see what we want to see. Last comment down at the bottom, scoring is her game. Teams are clearly trying. Just forget about it. I mean, this fan base is delusional, man. I mean, it's unreal, man. Who said she did? I was pointing out she did. You hooked on it, man. Hold on, let me see these comments. Yeah, for sure. I remember how they called Boston trash. Now they calling her and Caitlyn Malone and Stockton, right? But all of it was based on the fact that Clark fans was frustrated because they came to the WNBA from what they seen in at the Iowa in college and in NCAA, and they assumed because the media was telling them this is the best female basketball player that God ever made, and she's about to go to the WNBA and immediately be the best player. She's better than all those girls right now. And the Clark fans that just started watching basketball believed it. So when they followed her over to the WNBA and realized, oh, shoot, she's not the best, but she still is the best. The only reason why she don't look like it is because the females are jealous and the league is jealous and they're all in cahoots trying to stop her. So they was frustrated at first. Then they realized, nah, man, these girls are really better than Caitlyn. So what can we complain about next? Oh, it's her teammates. Oh, it's the coach. And all of this crazy stuff. But the real truth is she's a really good player. Her best attribute is probably her passing. And the scoring that you've seen her do at Iowa, you probably won't see that again. You just probably won't. You know, she's got a lot of Jason Williams in her game. Jason Williams was a point guard that was flashy. He could pass his butt off. He took threes off balance, pull up threes on the fast break. You know, like she played just like Jason Williams when he was at Sacramento. But the interesting thing about Jason Williams is all of that was exciting. And a lot of the passes he threw to Chris Webber was highlights. But Sacramento really started playing better basketball and went to another level once they traded Jason Williams for Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby actually was a better fit for that Sacramento team and more conducive to winning. So yes, the pull-up threes, he pulled it up from deep as well. He shoot it from 40 feet. He'll shoot it on the fast break. It can be 3-on-2. He'll pull up for three and shoot the three. And the passes was just crazy. Behind the back, through the legs, behind the back, off the elbow, over the head, no look. He was just like Caitlyn Clark. But just because your passes is great and you can pull up threes from 40, don't make you a great basketball player. Mike Bibby was better suited for winning than Jason Williams was. But that's all I got to say about that, man. Last topic.